Blame it on the goose, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the drum, got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. She says she usually don't, but I know that she front. Cause shorty know what she want, but she don't want to seem like she easy. I hear you saying what you won't do, but you know we probably gon' do what you've been feeling deep inside. Don't let it out now. Girl, what you drinking? Gon' let it sink in. Here for the weekend, thinking we can see what we can be if we press fast forward. Just one more round and get down out the door. Fill another cup up, feeling on your butt. What? You don't even care now. I was unaware how fine you was before my bus set in. My bus set in. Blame it on the booze, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the drum, got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the vodka. Blame it on the Henny. Blame it on the blue tap, got you feeling dizzy. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the oh, see, she spilled some drink on me, and now I'm knowing she tipsy. She put her body on me, and she keeps staring me right in my eyes. No telling what I'm gonna do. Baby, I would rather show you what you've been missing in your life when I get inside. Girl, what you drinking? Gon' let it sink in. Here for the weekend, thinking we can see what we can be if we press fast forward. Just one more round if you're down, I'm pouring. Fill another cup up, feeling on your butt. What? You don't even care now. I was unaware how fine you was before my bus set in. My bus set in. Blame it on the booze, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the drum, got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the vodka. Blame it on the Henny. Blame it on the blue tap, got you feeling dizzy. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the T-Pain. Girl, I know you feel good, just like you look. Couple more shots, you open up like a book. I ain't tripping, cause I'ma read ya. Shout it, I ain't tripping, I just wanna please ya. I'ma take a shot of the nouveau. Shout it, didn't you know what's going down? We can go and kick it like judo. You know what I mean? Shout it, got drunk, thought it all was a dream, so I made her say Now she got her hand on my legs, got my seats all wet in my ride, all over my ride. She looked me dead in the eye. Then my pants got bigger. She already knew what to figure. Had her looking at her boyfriend like, oh, that nigga. Blame it on the juice, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the drum, got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the vodka. Blame it on the Henny. Blame it on the blue tap, got you feeling dizzy. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the now to the ballers popping bottles with their Henny in their cups, screaming money ain't a thing if it ain't throw it up in the sky. And hold your drinks up high. Now to my independent mamas who can buy their own bottles. If you're looking like a model, when them broke fellas holler, tell them bye. And hold your drinks up high. You can blame it on the booze, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the drum, got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the vodka. Blame it on the Henny. Blame it on the blue tap, got you feeling dizzy. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the
Steps off, baby. This ain't just a vibe, it's a sanctuary. You just walked into the love palace. Welcome to a daily dose of Dee. Wrap yourself in satin, truth This love ain't rushed, it's velvet smooth. Silk on your spirit, rose in your mouth. Let me show you what healing's really about. Ooh, she don't play with pleasure, nah. Only pours it where it's earned. Let it burn slow. A daily dose of Dee. Let the love run deep and free. One touch and you'll believe. She's the calm, she's the heat, she's the peace you need. Here in the love palace, where even broken ships sail smooth. Anchor down, baby, daily dose of Dee. Your prescription to feel seen. No refills, just show up and receive. Let your ships drift into healing seas. We don't chase waves, we ride them. She don't beg, she just glows. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
There's a finger pointed toward outward, the three curl back within. We shout, "You did this!" just to quiet the noise inside our own skin. Blame feels power, like armor, like control. But what if I told you it's just a mask for an unhealed soul? Oh, we're going to talk about it today. Welcome to Daily Dose of Dee.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey, y'all. Let me do this properly. Grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, depending on what time of day you're watching Daily Dose of Dee. I am your host, Goddessdee Love. We have made it to Friday today. Yes, we have made it to Friday. I hope you are happy just like I am. I know a lot of us got lot of busy things to do, so I'm gonna try my best not to hold y'all too long. Y'all heard Jamie Foxx say blame it on the alcohol. We ain't blaming it on no alcohol today. Here at Daily Dose of D, today is Forgiveness Friday. And with that being said, we're going to get into the word of the day. And that is, of course, blame. Blame. To think or say that something is responsible for something bad. And on this Forgiveness Friday, let's not forget the quote of the day: blame is the easy out for the hard heart. hmm Unapologetically by God's dear love. Unapologetically. Blame is the easy out for the hardened heart. Yes. So, once again, welcome in everybody that continues to support Goddessdee here at Daily Dose of Dee. I am on episode 247. What y'all think about that, y'all? What y'all think about that? For the newcomers here, I am your host, Goddessdee Love. And today we're diving deep into a cycle that traps so many of us: the blame game. To really understand why we do this, we have to look at where the word actually comes from. Y'all know this is how I do it on Daily Dose of D. I'm going to break down the definition, the root, and the origin. So the word blame means to assign responsibility for a fault or wrong. But when you go deeper, the origin of the word comes from the Old French blasphemer, meaning to criticize or condemn. Even further back, it connects to ideals of dishonor and public shaming. So blame was never just about accountability. It carried judgment, guilt, and emotional weight from the very beginning. Now, let me be real with you, family. Blame isn't always about truth, it's often about protection. See, we play the blame game for different reasons. Sometimes it's because taking responsibility feels too heavy. Sometimes it's just plain old fashioned fear. hmm Fear of being wrong, fear of being rejected, or fear of being seen differently. Other times it's about control. Mhm. If I can't blame you, then I don't have to face what's going on with me. There are moments when people blame out of habit because that's where they've been taught to do growing up. And then there's that little word, or should I say big word, insecurity. When someone doesn't feel good about themselves. So blame becomes a shield to protect their ego. Did y'all hear that? People blame others to protect their own ego. When someone doesn't feel good about themselves, they use the blame game to protect their ego, y'all. We usually fall into this trap for, I'm going to say, five main reasons, okay? Let me go ahead and break this down for you, okay? First, it serves as an immediate defense mechanism to shield our self esteem from the sting of failure. hmm It's a shield because our self esteem is like, oh, we don't want to fail. I want this to work. So you use blame as a way to have a defense mechanism. Second, it's a way to avoid the discomfort of accountability because admitting a mistake can feel real heavy. hmm People blame because they don't want to take accountability, or oh, I messed up here, or apologizing, or I see where I did one. They don't want to take that accountability, so they use blame. Third, humans have a natural desire for control. If we can point to a specific cause or person, the world feels less chaotic. Mhm. The fourth reason, we often use the blame to vent suppressed frustration or anger that has nothing to do with the current situation. Let me say that one again. Blame is often used to suppress the frustration or anger that has nothing to do with the current situation or the person. hmm And lastly, many of us learn this behavior in childhood. This was a survival tactic to avoid punishment, and we simply never outgrew the habit. hmm The final reason why we use blame is because we learned that as being a child. Hey, if you do that, you don't want to get on punishment or restriction, right? So you blame your others or a situation for your behavior, so you don't get that punishment or restriction. So now, Love Palace family, there's a thing called the blame game phenomenon. The blame game has become a whole phenomenon in relationships, friendships, families, and even workplaces. Instead of solving problems, people pass responsibility like a hot potato. Nobody wants to hold it too long because it's going to burn. But here's the truth, family. When everybody is blaming, Nothing is actually healed. It's a social loop. Mhm. A social loop where no one takes responsibility, causing progress to stall and resentment to build. When this phenomenon takes a hold in a relationship or a workplace, the focus shifts from solving the actual problem to finding a scapegoat. That right there creates a culture of fear where people are more worried about being caught than they are about being productive or honest. So, how do we the masking, unmasking, excuse me, the victim mentality? You ever notice how some people stay stuck in the same cycle, always the victim in every story? You got one person constantly saying, oh, it's always happening to me, while never stopping to ask, what role am I playing in this? Let me say it again. We have them people, even myself, that have done this. Oh, this has always happened to me, or I don't know why this has happened to me. When you're not identifying the role that you're playing in this. Imagine a scene where a team has missed a major deadline. A person with the victim mentality stands in the center of the room, sighing loudly and detailing how the printer failed them, how their coworker didn't send a reminder, and how they stayed up all night suffering through the project alone. This is the unmasking of the victim mentality in action. It's often a form of attention seeking behavior. By postponing themselves as the person who had everything go wrong through no fault of their own. Mhm. They garner sympathy and redirect the focus away from the lack of preparation and unto their supported struggle. See, there's a subtle attention seeking pattern there. Not always intentional, but it is very real. The sympathy, the validation, the comfort, it becomes familiar. And over time, the identity being the one who's always wrong starts to feel safe. But let me tell you that safety is also limited. Because when you see yourself as the victim, you take away your own power to change the situation. Let me say that again for you. When you see yourself as the victim all the time, you take away your own power to change the situation. You stay stuck waiting for someone else to fix something that only you, that only you can transform. And just like that, the scene fades away. Now hold on. Before you start side-eyeing everybody, thinking this is definitely about them, let me ask you, when was the last time you checked yourself? Mm-hmm. Don't get mad at me. I'm just a messenger. When was the last time you checked yourself? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You feel me? So don't go anywhere because when I come back, we're flipping the mirror around. And we're going to look right into that mirror right after these messages.
Blame means to say someone is responsible for a mistake or problem. Notice the prepositions used in the examples. She blames him for the accident. Don't blame me if you're late. The accident was blamed on me.
You tapping, you boys. Goddessdee. Yeah, we asking one question tonight. Where the love?
Where's the love?
Is it him or is it us? He say she tripping, she say he don't show enough. Where's the love while we keep switching it up? When it won't honesty, men just won't trust.
Where's the love?
Everybody talking tough, but when the heart break, everybody hush.
Where's the love?
Maybe we both messed up.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Where is the Love? We're glad you tuned in.
Blessings on blessings, everyone. We appreciate you for sharing your time with us
You want
today.
peace but don't give respect. Then wonder why my attitude next. You say I'm emotional, I say you cold. You say relax, I say be bold. You say loyalty, I say time. Love ain't words if you never show sign.
Now he looking confused like,
What did I do?
now she looking right back like,
You know the truth,
she looking right back like,
You know the truth.
yo.
Where is the love?
Is it him or is it us? He say she tripping, she say he don't show enough. Where is the love while we keep switching it up? Women want honesty, men just won't trust.
Where is the love?
Everybody talking tough, but when the heart break, everybody hush.
Where is the love?
Maybe we both messed up. Tune in tonight, let's talk about us.
He say I'm working hard just to build my name.
Where's the love? Hey, y'all. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. If you did not get an opportunity to tap into Where's the Love is at, either at Big Mouthpieces or the Love Palace, y'all missed the second part of the intimacy, and it got a little, you know what? I'm not even going to tell you. Go on and check it out. You can check it out on Mouthpieces or mine. Make sure you hit the like button at either one. But it was a good, it was a good time over there last night. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Now we're back, and yes, we're gonna dive just a little bit deeper now, because remember we are talking about the blame game. Who's really responsible? Now I told y'all before the break. We're going to be looking in the mirror. We're going to look at the man or the woman in the mirror. Yes, we are. So let's talk about identifying and overcoming personal blame. Patterns, I should say, blame patterns. So the very first thing is awareness and radical honesty, truth, honesty, you guys and women. You have to notice when you're shifting responsibility instead of owning your part. That doesn't mean you have to take the blame for everything, but it does mean you're honest about your role. You have to notice the physical signs, like the tightening in your chest or quickness to interrupt when something goes wrong. We notice that with our younger ones, right? When they start, you asking them something and they want to do that blame, they chest might, or they try to interrupt you before you can finish your sentence. Some adults even do that as well. A big part of healing and looking in the mirror is self-compassion. Some people blame others because they're too hard on themselves. I know. That sounds a little odd, right? But it's really true. Because they don't want to look at that mirror and see what they're supposed to see. They blame others because it's too hard for them to look at their reflection. It's too hard for them to look at the person in the mirror. If you're feeling like making a mistake makes you bad, you'll do anything to avoid that feeling, even if it means pointing fingers. But when you learn to be gentle with yourself, you create a space to be honest without shame. And at the same time, you have to recognize that you cannot take responsibility for everything. Over responsibility is just the flip side of blame. Did y'all hear that? Okay, let me, y'all come here. Over Responsibility is just the flip side of blame. Just like when you cook on a pancake, right? You cook it on that other side, then you flip it to the other side. Over responsibility is just like that. Knowing your boundaries keeps you helps you stay grounded in what is actually yours to fix. And let's clear this up one more time. I'm going to say it to you one more time. You are not responsible for everything. Some people carry blame that doesn't even belong to them, or they take a blame just to keep the peace or be a people pleaser. That's just as unhealthy as blaming others. So, balance is the key here. Knowing what's yours and what's not. That's growth right there. Listen, if you ever apologize for something you didn't even do just to keep the peace, yeah, I have. So this next part is especially for you. So stay right here. We're going to talk about that right after these messages. Don't go anywhere. I'm not going to hold you too much longer, but I'll be right back after this.
As human beings, we never want to be blamed for anything. It is always the fault of the next person. We always accuse, we always blame, we always play victim. And in many instances, we don't even want to hear what the next person has to say to us. But that is fear. That is lack of taking control of your own actions, lack of holding yourself responsible in those very moments. And that is opposite to what the companions Ridwanullahi alayhim used to do. They used to look at what is wrong with me before they looked at what is wrong with you.
Welcome back, beautiful souls. Now listen here. Holistic Royalty by Kels had her early morning meditation and yoga. Now, if you did not get an opportunity to go watch it, go ahead. You could go ahead because I'm telling you, if you want to do it before you go to bed or as a midday thing, but you know it's some bed yoga in there, so you might want to do it before you go to bed. And she got that voice that make you just get tired with that meditation. Not tired, but relax, y'all. Relax. She is our certified yoga instructor and our certified um, nutritionist as well. So you know she got it going on. She know what she's doing. Her information will be dropped into the chat so you can like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification. Okay. Holistic Royalty by Gal. All right, y'all. Thank you for staying with me today. Now we're going to get into how you can handle conflict without turning it into the blame battle. How can you handle that conflict without blaming people? Well, guiding conflict without pointing fingers starts with one thing: RESPECT. Respect. It's that simple. Even when emotions are high, respect keeps the conversation from turning into an attack. You start by being respectful, treating the other person as a partner in the solution rather than an opponent. You do this by by you practice empathy, by trying to see the chain of events through the other person's eyes, which often reflects that their mistake wasn't malicious. Most importantly, you maintain a composed mindset. When your emotions are regulated, you can focus on the what and how of the situation instead of who of the problem. Let me say that again. When your emotions are regulated, when you got control, when you regulating them emotions, you can focus on what and how of the solution instead of who is the problem. Then that empathy is actively trying to understand the other person's perspective, hmm instead of defending your own. And importantly, most importantly, you stay composed. When your mind is calm, your words carry more truth and less damage. When your emotions are regulated, you can focus on the actual problem. Blame escalates conflicts. But you know what? That understanding, that understanding resolves it. Now let's talk about developing a blame-free mindset for your personal growth. You have to understand the impact blame has. It keeps you stuck, disconnected, and defensive. Now, when you shift your perspective, you start asking better questions like, not who's at fault, but what can I learn from this? You see, self reflection becomes your superpower, baby. You start noticing patterns, behaviors, triggers. Instead of reacting, you respond. Instead of reacting, you respond. This is not a glitch. Instead of reacting, you respond. Your communication improves because you're no longer speaking from a place of attack. And sometimes growth requires support, whether that's talking to someone you trust or seeking guidance to unpack deeper patterns. Developing a blame free mindset is the ultimate tool for personal growth. It begins by understanding the heavy impacts of blame, such as broken trust and stagnated self awareness. You then work on shifting your perspective from who did this to me to what can I learn from this. This leads to deeper reflection where you examine your own role in every outcome. As you do this, your communicational skills naturally come enhanced because you begin speaking with clarity and intent rather than accusation. If the habit feels too deep to break alone, never hesitate to seek support through coaching or therapy to help rewire those defensive, instinctive instincts into empowering new ones. Let me go ahead and give you these closing words about blame today. The blame game, okay? Let me give you these closing words. Blame is loud, but truth, it's quiet. Blame points those fingers, but growth sits in silence and asks, what now? You don't have to carry what isn't yours, and you don't have to run from what is. There's power in accountability, not shame, not guilt, but power. Because every time you choose reflection over reaction, every time you choose understanding over accusation, you break a cycle that tried to break you. So the next time blame comes knocking, don't answer with defense, answer with awareness. You're not here to be perfect, you're here to evolve. And that changes everything. All right, beautiful people, beautiful souls. I hope you enjoyed this topic today about blame. I hope I gave you something to think about today on this Forgiveness Friday. Forgiveness Fridays requires that we don't be blaming people. You see how that works? Especially, let me just share this with you. And I'm not talking downplaying anybody's trauma. Okay, I'm not at all. I just want to give you something to think about. You might have childhood trauma or things that have happened to you in your life, especially as a child or young adult, and then you grow into an adult. When you're an adult, many adults have a tendency to blame their childhood on their actions or the way they are, right? I'm just going to give you something to think about. You are an adult now, and there are ways and things that you can do to heal from that childhood trauma. And part of your growth and part of being an adult is taking that responsibility to not blame the childhood, even though it affected you. And I'm not taking from that. Yes, it affected you. You don't know how to do things, so you blame on that. But as an adult, use the tools and the information so that you can continue to grow into your adulthood and not be stuck in that childhood. I just wanted to share. Don't use the childhood blame game, okay? Get the help and seek the help you need to grow into your adulthood. All right. All right now. Thank you for coming to Daily Dose of Dee at the Love Palace, y'all. Guess what? I heard somebody is having an episode today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's called Dear Friend. You might want to go check that out. Because that dear friend might help you not to be blaming your friends, okay? Or people you think you called your friend. It might help you release. Lady Healing Realms is having an episode of Dear Friend tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are inclined, please go and watch that live, okay? And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my sister. She got some good things going on. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button, okay? Once again, everybody have a wonderful, safe, peaceful, prosperative, abundant weekend, okay? And I will see you guys real soon. Make sure you tune into Big Mouthpiece this Saturday to Come On Brother. You already know how my brother be getting down. And you can hit the panel too and express your thoughts. Make sure you do that as well. All the wonderful songs that you hear on this Daily Dose of D is by Alicia Dion. I will be dropping her information in the chat you need a jingle, an intro, or outro, or anything in between, hit her up. She got you, okay? Once again, peace and love to everybody. And I will see everybody real soon. Have a nice weekend. Peace and love.
Delivery. There were nights I wrote you letters, tore them up before the dawn. Pages heavy with forgiveness, but too late to right the wrong. You weren't a villain, just broken, and maybe so was I. But I kept the peace too quiet, while my truth curled up to die. But I kept the peace too quiet, while my truth curled up to die. Maybe a slight key lift, or breathe through your tongue to show growth. Dear friend, can we talk? Let me say what I never said. Let me say what I never said. Oh, dear friend, can we talk? Let me say what I never said. Let me say what I never said. Break the rhythm. This is emotional truth telling. Sometimes healing sounds like trembling.
Welcome to Blended Healing. Welcome to Dear Friend. Let's talk.
Truth tiptoeing out of a throat full of storms. But today I won't choke it down. I deserve to be heard, even if it's by a ghost.
Most apologies don't remove blame. They just redistribute it.
So what does a blame shift apology sound like?
It sounds like somebody taking accountability, but while also telling the truth about what led to it.
Nah, that kind of sounds already a little bit too guilty. Give me the real version.
Alright.
Yo, what you said earlier was a little disrespectful. I feel like you kind of brushed it off earlier when I tried to talk to you about it.
Yeah. And guess what? I said sorry for that, right?
Yeah, but then right after, you said I pushed you there.
Because you did. What? Like, alright, I'm sorry for what I said, but let's not sit here and act like you were innocent in that.
See, that's blame shift.
No, Darren, that's context. You always want an apology, but you never want to sit here and talk about what you did to get that reaction out of me. And now that the camera's rolling, you want to sit here and act like you're the innocent one. You want to sit here and act like you're the victim.
Bro, we're sitting here talking about your behavior right now, not about me.
And yes, and I'm sitting here telling you that your behavior played a part in it. What, I'm just supposed to sit here, say sorry, and then pretend that you didn't provoke the whole thing to begin with?
So your apology only exists if I agree that I caused it? What? That makes no sense.
Bro, I don't get what's so fucking funny. My apology exists because I said what I said. But I'm not gonna sit here and allow you to paint this like it came out of nowhere when you know you caused it.
That's not accountability. That's you apologizing with one hand and then blaming me with the other.
Call it what you want, bro. I don't care. I apologize. You just don't like hearing that you had a role in it too. You and I both know that. And that's the blame shift apology. They say sorry just enough to sound accountable. And then they immediately attach your behavior to their actions. So that way now the damage feels shared. But the apology isn't there to repair what they did. It's there to ensure that they're never the only one that's holding the blame. So they apologize for the wound while blaming you for the knife being in their hand. And it's for reasons like this why we wrote the book. Not crazy, controlled.
She don't just love, she heals and key. Let go, let flow. Daily dose of Dee. In the land free. In the love palace, ships dock even key. Yeah, we guide the tide. Goddessdee. Whispering back when your heart needs reminding. Dee is divine, Dee is daily, Dee is love, a daily